Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having an incredible day. This episode is going to be about investing and friendship. A couple of people, a real couple of people, have been asking me in the comment section or have mentioned before, what is my relationship to money and friends? So I will give you my experience on it and I will tell you how I feel about all of it after. I've been investing roughly now anywhere between 10 to 15 years. I don't have an exact time frame, but it's been quite a while. I've been in the cryptocurrency space for about a good 8 years. Personally, I've had the channel for around a good 3 to 4 years at this point. So I've been into money and money making for a bit. I've noticed over the course of this time, while I've been investing, while I've been trying to save, while I've been putting my money into other things, I've lost a lot of friends along the way. We're either not talking, they've defriended me, they called me names, not always the nicest names, but I never really, at least at the time, I didn't understand where they were coming from. And I guess even for certain people, I'm still a bit perplexed as to why all of these things happened. A lot of times, and I will tell you now, especially if you are relatively new to investing, if you've been around the block for a little bit, you may know this yourself. Sometimes investing can be a bit lonely. Not that you're walking down the street by yourself kicking a can. It's more like you'll notice very quick as you get into the investing space and as you're trying to figure out how to make your future brighter for yourself and or your family, that not everyone around you will agree with you. And this comes in many forms. I've had friends tell me that I should be enjoying my money right now. There's no need to worry about investing or buying apartments. I've had a lot of people tell me that I was worse than a capitalist for buying multiple apartments. How dare you do that? It's a whole string of line of words. When I got into cryptocurrencies, people called me an idiot. How dare you get into that market? And a lot of that also changed when the market started going up. I then kind of became this wunderkind and everyone's like, oh my gosh, how did you foresee this? And it's like, no, I'm investing in many multiple things. I found out what works for me and I've kind of kept track of that. Also, before I forget this one point, understand that when you are investing, especially right now, and I say that during uncertain times as we are currently going through this worldwide event, understand that a lot of people may distance themselves from you. A lot of people may forget about you, but they will remember you when they realize that you have a lot of money. I've seen this happen multiple times throughout my life. I've had other people tell me this even years ago, and I kind of was like, no, they wouldn't do that. And then I got shocked when the friends stopped being my friends. And the moment you make enough money, this is when the phone calls and the emails and the texts and the, hey, what's up? How are you? Haven't heard from you in a long time begin to pop up. So just also remember that these friends who you're going to lose or may have already lost, when they get a whiff of the idea that you have made a lot of money, are going to try and hop back into your life. Other people through all of this, because this has happened to me, people will call you stingy, people will call you cheap, people will call you a loser, people will call you miserly, people will call you a destructive capitalist, whatever kind of thing they can think of calling you that comes off the top of their head in that moment, you will be called it. I've had, to be completely honest, I've had relatives who've stopped talking to me, who kind of told me that same exact thing. You focus too much on money. Why aren't you living your life right now? And I've noticed a lot of the friends and other people who ridiculed me 10 years ago, and I say this in the nicest way, they either have no money or they're heavily in debt because they thought that you can live your life freely and to the fullest and you can take out as much debt as you want and you can charge things on credit cards and you can not worry about buying a home or buying a house. The first flat that I ever purchased was simply as a way of me shielding myself from renting out to other people. Not that renting is a terrible thing, but in my mind, I like the idea of only having to pay my HOA fees or my land fees and not $1,800 to someone in the form of rent. But I was also looked down upon this as well. They will call you everything, every single name in the book that they can possibly think of. They will call you everything except for smart, intelligent, or that you had good foresight. And I think it also pains them in some sort of way to admit to themselves that you were also correct. I'm not sure why, but everyone is meant to go down their own path. Everyone is in their own box, in their own world. So just make sure that you focus on what you're doing and not what other people are telling you to do. If I had focused all those years ago, and it's so clear as well. My very close friends, this happened, especially even when I was living in the States, and I got into this lifestyle of really saving and trying not to spend too much. The way that people would talk down to me, it was always like this. But to be fair, and I'll say it this way, many of us, regardless of where you are on the planet, but especially in the States, we were groomed in a sort of way to be consumers. We were raised to watch commercials about buying things, to know to buy this, to buy that. If you are unhappy, you can buy this to make yourself happy. If you are in a rut, get a credit card. The credit card has free money on it that you don't have to pay back right now. You can pay it back later. Just watch a documentary as well about the credit card system and the credit card world and exactly how they influence people and tell you, even especially the moment that you turn 18, you are groomed before to think of the amount of movies that we saw when we were kids, where someone's really down and they go, I'm going to go on a spending spree, and they go into the store and they keep swiping. You never see money actually pass hands because money is an indicator that something actually costs something. So you just constantly see that swiping over and over, and you think, well, look how happy they are. Look how amazingly happy they are that they bought all these things and it was completely for free. That's crazy. This is why, especially if you go to university in America, I remember I didn't go to university in the States. I went to school in France. And I remember when I would visit my friends in the States, they would have entire halls and rooms, especially for freshmen, where it was just people trying to sell them credit cards. Anyway, the point of this video is not credit cards, but it's kind of that same exact idea. Just understand that what you're doing is fine. Your future, I know it sounds stupid. I know it sounds completely dumb because I said this to myself 10 years ago, and it's completely true. Your future self will thank you. Between crypto, between real estate, between all the art I have floating around this place and I have in other places and in storage places and warehouses, I thank myself all the time. I know it sounds really stupid, that's why I keep mentioning it. It's because I've done a lot in 10 years. I started collecting art in 2016. I have 800 pieces of art right now. It's of course, it's become a bit of a frenzy when it comes to collecting art, but it's really paid off. I've calculated how much the pieces that I've purchased are worth now. And it's it's not that my art replaced my friends. That sounds extremely lonely. It's just more like they weren't my friends to begin with. Can you imagine having a friend who's imagine you have a friend who's training for a race, who's training for the Olympics. And this friend wins the Olympics and you're like, I don't like the way you ran. We can't be friends anymore. Your leg movements were a bit too fast for me and I don't think I can have that in my life. It sounds ridiculous. Imagine having a friend who's like, I want to better myself. I want to better my life. I want to make sure that in the future, my kids don't have to struggle, that they can travel and live anywhere that they want to because we have the money, because I have multiple sources of income. And then your friend being like, that sounds like a terrible idea. Bye. And they stop being your friend. It sounds almost ridiculous. The last point that I'm going to make when it comes to friendship, money, and investing is, and it took me a while to learn this. It took me about a good 6, 7, 8 years. Surround yourself with like-minded people. I know that sounds like something I've heard from a book or something that you've seen in an inspirational quote on a piece of art that hangs in your grandmother's house. Really, my life has been simplified and brightened so much by the group of friends who I have. I have 4.5 really good friends who I can talk with about money all the time. It doesn't matter when. I can message them. I can send them a voice message. I can WhatsApp them. I don't use Facebook. I can send them on some other platform and just talk about money, and they want to talk about the exact same thing. And I have a lot of friends right now who I'm really close with who just simply aren't into finance. That's totally fine. But they also don't ridicule me. They don't call me terrible names. They don't make me feel bad for wanting to invest. It's simply just how I am, what I do. It's kind of my life thing. If you can find friends in any sort of way who are looking like they're into the idea of finance, so you can also bring them into the space and let them know that it's totally okay to save your money and want to do better, or have friends right now you just talk to about finance, it really is, I'm not joking. I don't wish I was joking. It's just more like I can't stress to you enough how nice it is to have people I know that I can talk to. I have a really close friend. Me and her meet up sometimes, not joking. We'll meet up, we'll go to a cafe, or she'll like make cookies and cakes because they're freaking delicious. And we'll sit there and talk about like areas that we want to buy property in, or like how much she's investing in stocks, or how much we should put into crypto. It's so refreshing. Don't want to make the video last forever. Yes, it was in the beginning very difficult. I realize now that a lot of these people, all these people who left me because I wanted to better my life, were never my friends in the first place. But now I have a whole bunch of other friends who also like investing, who want to make tons of money, who want to invest in property in other countries and other places. They want to buy gold and silver. They want to buy cryptocurrencies, and we can like discuss this with each other without having to feel bad or ridiculed. I hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.